what does the science show us about the brain and the body when we practice ancient healing practices like Qigong and meditation?
Well, that's a short question, but it could open up to a very, very large answer. And Mingtong knows about a lot of this material as well, because you, Mingtong, live in two worlds in a way like I do too, both the world of modern science and the world of ancient wisdom, which is also very present in the world today. I would say the short response I would just give, maybe to summarize it, will be just about one form of personal practice: mindfulness meditation, which can be done in a very secular way, awareness of breathing, 10 minutes a day, maybe more per day, really increasingly popular, certainly around the world. A simple practice. It's not the only way to meditate. It's not the best way to meditate. It is a way to meditate. But what's interesting is that already we are learning that a regular practice of mindfulness meditation and maybe some related practices of mindfulness just in the flow of your day change your brain in 4 clearly observable ways that relate to what you are strengthening inside yourself by doing that kind of meditation. First is that parts of the brain, mainly behind the forehead, that are involved with regulating attention, helping us to focus, put our attention where we want to place it and keep it there, or disengage it from what's not helpful to us, anxious, including things such as anxious rumination or worry. So circuits, in effect, in the brain that enable us to regulate our attention and be mindful and even concentrated actually get stronger. They build up. It's a little bit like working a muscle, that if you particularly work your biceps, the fibers will get bigger. But if you work a different muscle like triceps or something like that, those muscle tissues will get bigger. So second, there's greater body awareness, parts of the brain that are very involved with internal sensing of the body, which helps us tune more into our own gut feelings, to know ourselves more intimately. That also enables us to be more empathic for the feelings of others. Those circuits actually build tissue, form connections, blood flow comes to them on mainly the inside of the brain, in a part of the brain called the insula. So that's the second major neurological change. Third, parts of the brain that are involved in emotional regulation, calming down hyperreactivity, big bursts of anger, let's say, or big bursts of fear. The amygdala gets more regulated, a key part of the brain. That's sort of like the alarm bell of the brain. And other related parts of the brain, such as the hippocampus, which calm down the amygdala, they build up tissue too. All right, so people who practice mindfulness meditation routinely develop more of this emotional balance, which is always useful, but it's especially useful these days. And then the last thing that is a very solid research finding in the brain, number 4, is that people who meditate routinely tend to have a shift in the sense of self. Activations in the so-called default mode network toward the midline and the rear of the midline and then spreading to the sides decrease. And those activations tend to support a strong sense of taking things personally and negative self-preoccupations, right? What's going to happen to me? Other people are mistreating me. Me. There's a place for dealing with things like that, but we can get a lot of suffering increasing if we become overly self-preoccupied. And instead, there's more activation in networks in the brain that give us a sense of being a whole person who has rights and responsibilities, right? A whole person, but less of a sense of some sort of entity inside, the presumably conventional unified self inside who, my precious, right, always wants more. So those are 4 examples of ways in which a regular meditative practice, as one example of contemplative practice in general, can really help. And you also tend to get other benefits in other systems of the body, such as the immune system or the cardiovascular system. That's what the research is showing. But I think it's confirming what Master Mingtong has known for a long time, and his teachers and my teachers and our teachers' teachers going back thousands of years. And millions of people have known in the world today that what you practice grows stronger. If you practice resentment and worry, that will become the habit of your heart. On the other hand, if you practice caring for others and respect for yourself, that will get stronger, including in ways that are supported with by lasting changes in your own brain.